Okay, so yeah, welcome everybody once again. I'm Arek, I'm the CEO and co-founder at Sublime, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about AI and analytics and share our experiences with different AI tools that we've been testing. So the AI models have been present in analytics for decades. Probably you are familiar with models for predictive analytics that allows you to estimate lifetime value, estimate churn, or predict probability of purchase. You probably also heard about models for fraud detection, or you are using some marketing tools that are being optimized by AI, and many, many more. But these classic models, they're highly specialized and they cannot interact with humans. And about a year ago, ChatGPT and OpenAI presented ChatGPT. That's a LLM model, so large language model that's not specialized. That is like a generalist and can tackle a wide variety of tasks and can interact with humans. We can use natural language to talk to AI, and then AI is talking back. So that's a big change. So today I'm going to focus, and we'll be talking about analytics powered by these LLMs, and mainly powered by ChatGPT. So the data analytics process, roughly consists of three stages. The first one is data preprocessing. So it's a stage where you prepare the data, you check if the data are of good quality. Then you calculate some metrics and want to discover what happened, why it happened, and that's data analysis step. And then the last one is insights. So you want to put the data, the metrics that you calculated in a business context, and also get some business insights to be able to do changes in your business and to try to convert the data into real value. And data analytics process stays the same. So it was the same for the people for the data analysts that were analyzing, doing all the three steps manually, let's say. And it's still the same now when we have LLMs powering or backing up the data analysts. So the process is the same, and let's look at every step of the process and see if it can be automated and what are our experiences with working together with AI. So the data preprocessing step, it consists of many parts, the most important being data quality check, data cleaning, data transformation, because the data can be in the wrong format and you need to transform them, and also data documentation, so data governance, because you want to know what's going inside your analysis. You want to understand the data or the definition of the data quite well. So we gave the ChatGPT some easy tests, and also a challenging ones. In terms of data preprocessing, easy tests, well, the results were perfect. Here are some examples of the prompts that we gave. So for example, we asked to convert the one column that was in Unix timestamp to the timestamp format. Or we asked the chat to remove all characters from the text after the colon, so a simple data manipulation thing. Or we asked to create one sentence description of a table based on the column names, and in each case, the result was very good and quite reliable. When we gave the model more challenging tests, and we wanted, for example, to find a function that will search nested columns or ask to explain a long query, the results were mixed. So, for example, for the function prompt, we received a function that wasn't a BigQuery function, and we are using a BigQuery SQL dialect. So it didn't work. In terms of explaining a long query, chat did a really good job on the first run. So that was really helpful. But then when we asked to optimize the same query, and the query consisted of subqueries and multiple different joins, each time we received the answer that didn't work in the database. And after a few iterations, the the model like gave us the input query. So that wasn't much of the optimization for us. So the results were like a little bit unreliable. Sometimes they were good, sometimes they were bad. And like summing up, like the data preprocessing, like the LLM is pretty good in some easy and medium tasks, and it helps us a lot and cut the time needed to this time consuming phase, data preprocessing. But for hard tasks, it's somehow unreliable, and we need to be very careful when we are like examining the results, the answers. Data analysis part is seeking the answers to the question of what happened and why did it happen and what will happen in the future. And it usually involves calculating some metrics in time or for different cohorts. So here we, for example, like asked the chat to calculate like average order value for the last 2 months, and we like gave the information about the table structure and also the how the metrics are constructed. And it calculated average order value quite well for the last 2 months. So we moved to the next step and wanted to find like top 5 best-selling products this week and same week last year. And chat found like the 5 best-selling product this week, and it was very good, but it failed to do year-over-year comparison. So it wasn't able to find the same period of the last year. So the success was partial. And the last thing, so the most hard task that we did, it was to ask the chat to calculate like average revenue per subscriber for the last 12 cohorts. And here where the results were the worst, because the AI calculated the metric assumed like wrong metric definition, so the numbers were off, and also like didn't calculate the cohorts in a right way. So the results were like summing up, like this is in terms of like data analysis tasks, like easy task can be automated, and AI can be of a help here. But for medium and hard task, we prefer either not to use LLM, or we are very, very, very careful when we are getting the answers. Okay, and the last phase, so insights. So we have like data that are good quality, then we calculated some metrics, and now we want to get some insights what to do with our business. So for example, create an executive report, get some actionable insights or strategic recommendations for the next year. So we gave the AI the data about like last month's campaign results. And we wanted to know what the optimal split for the next month, because that's the question that we are getting from our clients quite a lot. And the chat answered that we should maximize return on ad spend. That's true, and also minimize the cost per acquisition. That's also true, but also to maximize repeat order rate. And it doesn't make sense in the context of campaign results and budget optimization. We also like so we gave him also a second prompt where that was the easier one. To suggest us whether we should just should increase the budget, the media budget based on last month's campaign results, or decrease the media budget. And that was even more bizarre because it gave us the answers. It didn't give us like the straight answer to increase or to decrease, but it gave us some kind of a generic marketing theory about like budget optimization. That was not an insight. And we tried like we did like a couple of iterations with the prompt, but couldn't like get the answers that we were seeking. So the results wasn't satisfactory at all. And so in terms of insights, we think, or at least our experience is that the LLM is not very good at generating insights. We prefer to do it like by hand in the old way, let's say. And at least for now, this technology requires a lot of improvement if it's going to like help analysts to get some real value from the data in terms of like business decisions. So like summing up this part, like the data analytics is definitely changed. Each of the three steps can, or at least like two of these steps can use the help of AI, but it still requires some human input. So the data preprocessing can be fairly like automated, and it saves a lot of time. And 80% of data analysts' time was allocated to data preprocessing. So now this time is being freed up, and analysts can use like or can do like spend more time on data analysis and also on generating insights. In terms of data analysis, human and AI must like come hand in hand because the results can be sometimes unreliable. And in terms of insights, human input is necessary because, at least from our experience, we couldn't like generate valuable insights with LLM because it doesn't know the business context and don't know like the answers that we are looking for. Okay, I also wanted to share with you like one case study that we did for one of our clients, a D2C food brand, where we used AI and where the use of the AI was quite beneficial for the data analysis part. And so our client had thousands of responses to analyze because it made a questionnaire on Meta with free giveaways and wanted to know the answers to 4 questions. How would you describe our brand? What product variants in terms of taste, smell, color should we introduce? Where and when did you first meet our brand? And how do you eat our product? So they wanted to get to know their customers and wanted to see what they value about the brand, about the product. So we turned to AI for help because we have a couple of thousand answers to analyze. And we ask AI to propose like 3 levels of categories. So we can like do a short list and then choose which categories make sense and it should be a dictionary of categories. So the categories were reviewed by analysts. As I said, like in terms of data analysis space, the results can be unreliable, so human help is required. And we ended up with standard categories like convenience, health and nutrition, and preparation time. So that were the values that people were, although were the things that people were valuing, were most valuable to in terms of like the product that our client was selling. So for example, the comment like love that they are gluten and dairy free was categorized as health and nutrition. But the AI also like suggested something strange. So as a 3rd level category, it suggested a target audience. And at the beginning, we thought that was a mistake. But then we ran the analysis again, concentrating only on discovering professions of the people that were leaving the comments. And it turned out that we were able to discover the professions of the people, like doctor, nurses, teachers. And doctor, nurses, teachers were like the top 3 professions of the people leaving the comments, because like comments like this, so I work in the hospital and it's crucial for me to eat healthy, was at the beginning categorized as nutrition and healthy value of the product. But on the other hand, having like this information in hospital, we could like also detect the profession, and that was something that we didn't think at the beginning, and that was something that was suggested by AI, and then we followed this lead, and it was very valuable because it was a target group for our client, like based on the insights on how, where, and when customers eat the product. We were able to create personas and also to detect the professions of the people that were most happy with the product and were most eager to buy it. And the brand started targeting hospitals and schools after this analysis. And we even like did a follow-up analysis for the clients. So we analyzed like the list of five largest of largest schools and hospital facilities in the US, and we found those that were within 5 miles distance from Walmart, because the product of our client can be bought not only online but also in. And our client like sent free samples to these schools and hospitals, because that's where his target audience is.
Yeah, so I guess it's pretty much
everything that I was able
to talk in the short
period of 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it and it was valuable.